It's the next day. The pulls were very strong again yesterday, but I made it clear. And look, the whole family's on the bed. As my friend says, the kids bring their A game when they know that I'm struggling. This is the first time that Agita has been on the bed with her brothers in some months. They know that I've been struggling, and that I've made it clear. Still going. Gonna keep going. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. It's now the next day. It's a couple of days after I posted the most recent podcast. And yesterday, the pulls were very strong again. I guess it's just the time thing and then the stress over the house thing and all of that stuff. However, I made it with some difficulty, but I made it. And as my friend says, when I'm really struggling, the kids bring their A game. And this morning, and I think I taped a little bit of footage, we had Agita on the bed with both the babies, without her hissing or, like a 2.5 foot distance. And everybody was, settled. The whole family, all 4 of us were on the bed. So, that's the babies and Agita bringing their A game, They first time Agita has tolerated babies on the bed in a few months. She did last year for a little while, and then she went back to being her usual self. So now, but that was very, very positive. And I had exchanged a couple of very nice texts with my former student, former podcast producer last night. So that was nice. That helped. So and then today I got some actually positive news from the contractor. The railing guy has the railing made up. It was white primer, but they painted it like yesterday black, and but they're not going to install it. My contractor is supposed to install it, but he's bringing it on. He's going to pick it up. He's going to bring it on Thursday, and I'm assuming, I'm really hoping that my contractor can just easily install it himself, because it's, it's already cut to size. It's made to order. So if it's just a question of putting in the posts and screwing down the screws, he should be able to do that on Thursday himself. I'm really hoping that. I haven't found out the details, but that I kind of said, look, it'd be nice if the railing is done before you leave on your holiday, which is the coming weekend. He's going to Florida, so I think, and he knows that. And if by any chance he picks it up and he can't install it himself, then I'll just try to get someone else to install it during February. I'm not going to wait a whole month until the contractor comes back, but we'll deal with that as it goes. And then we have to arrange on Thursday. I have to meet him, pay for the railing. Do I go to the railing place? And do I take the boys with me, or do I? It depends on the arrangements for Thursday. If I'm having to go to the railing place and do all of that, I might take the boys on the next trip. Hello, everybody. I'm here at a place that I tried a couple of months ago. It's kind of the north, Albion area, and I came for the lunch thali, vegetarian thali, and I got the fried fish on the side, and whatever fried fish is left, just a lot, I will have it later. It's going to be my supper or something at home. Now, I thought it came with roti, but I guess it doesn't. But there's rice, and there's chana, and there's gobi aloo. Now, I think my friend would like this, my gobi aloo, fanatic friend. It's got peas in it as well, and it's not too dry, it's not too wet. I think she would like it, but then she pretty much likes all gobi aloo. She's a big gobi aloo fan. No chicken for me, obviously, not eating chicken, but I still eat fish. And I came out, I picked up my diabetes meds. It's supposed to be snow and stuff. It's just like wet snow. It's not really like a snowstorm. Thank you very much, and I get naan too, 6 foot. Thank you. Bye bye. I was sleeping before. The server brought the naan, and she goes, "Oh, you're doing a vlog?" And I go, "Yeah, it's a vlog." But I said that, it's not just about food. And I said, I don't have a lot of viewers. Otherwise, I would promote places. I'm not an influencer because I have so few viewers. But I I still, my 20 to 50 viewers, my 20 to 40 viewers, I find the food things that I do interesting, even if they don't actually come here or anything. So the food here is good, and it is really good. My minor quibbles, what they call spicy, wasn't really spicy. She brought extra green chilies. These ones, they're not very spicy either. So, but then that's not unusual for me. And then the other thing is, it's not a big deal, but the gobi aloo. The gobi, and I thought this was an aloo. This is actually the gobi, the cauliflower, but it's like the stem. It's not the flower part. It's like a big stem, which I like that myself, but I usually remove like up to there when I'm cooking myself. But I do like the stem, but I would have liked to have like gobi with, it's actually quite tasty, but I would like to have the flower part as well. There's alus and there's peas in there. Driving past this place is a Chinese supermarket, but they have a lot of Indian food too, and they also have all kinds of chilies and peppers, and so stopped in to go grocery shopping since I was going right past it, and then PetSmart, and then back to the kids. Bye for now. Everybody, there's developments. I heard, I got a call from my contractor this morning, and the railing is ready. And he's actually going to install it himself with his assistant. So apparently it'll be pretty straightforward to install because it's custom made to the right size. So they just have to screw down the posts and screw it onto the wall at one end. And they're picking it up tomorrow morning. Now, he hasn't got the money for it, but they're letting him, I guess, small town country, stuff. They said, he explained. He said the homeowner is coming from Toronto, won't be there till probably afternoon. So they said, when he brings the money, you can bring it back on Friday. So I'm like, fine, if they're okay with that. I would have preferred to pay for it when he picks it up. But he's like going, oh, no, they're okay with it. And I'm like, fine. So I just got the money. And I also got money for the assistant. And now the plan is he has to leave the house by 12, but he thinks he'll get the thing installed. It's just putting in some screws. And he says that he's going to get at least the downstairs bathroom working for me. And I said, as long as the toilet works, the sink, I'm going to get the plumber anyway. I'm like, I'm going to have to start calling the plumber and bugging him and going, look, I know that we're on the list, but, we need to get going at this. And I will just pay the plumber directly when he comes, and I'll have to be there. So I'll do all of that, and once the house is to the point where I can take the kids, we can spend a bit more time there. If I have to wait for the plumber, it's no big deal. So once the railing is up, we can spend more time there. So the plan for tomorrow, I don't know if this is going to work. The plan for tomorrow is, if I can get up early, get the boys ready, bring the boys with me, the babies, the twins, just so that I have company, and so they can start getting used to the drive. They like drives. This is a little longer than the usual drives I take them on. But if they start getting them used to the drive and getting them used to the house, particularly if the railing is up, then I can even let them explore a little bit outside of the master bedroom downstairs. Otherwise, I just keep them in the master bedroom downstairs and I just bought some extra kitty litter from the Sobeys. And I haven't eaten yet. With all of this stuff going on, it's like 5 o'clock, and I didn't get a chance to eat. And so now, and I had to make it to the bank before 5, so I did that. And this is my lunch. It's like 5 o'clock. I just picked up a sandwich, tuna sandwich, and a coleslaw and some baby bell cheese. And I'm going to eat in the scenic parking lot of Sobeys here, just so I can take my my late afternoon meds, and then I've got leftover food from yesterday for later at night. Proper leftover fish and curry and stuff from the restaurant. So that's what's happening. So now I just got to go to the PetSmart up here and get some dry food for the kids. And, I'll take some dry food with me. I don't think the boys we're not going to be there long, like an hour, 2 hours at most. Now, we'll see how it is in the morning. If they don't feel like the trip, if they give a lot of trouble and they don't want to go into the cases like they did the last time I tried to take them, if they really object, I'll be like, okay, stay here with your sister. I'll go by myself. So we'll see how it goes in the morning. And then Agita can get some alone time. You know, I think she'll appreciate that, a day to herself. So, but I'm so excited that the railing is coming after all this. And then all that really remains is the upstairs tub and the shower, which is really not my contractor anyway. He can be in Florida. That's the plumber. So once the plumber comes, he's busy apparently with burst pipes due to the cold. But once the plumber comes, he can do all the remaining stuff. The bathrooms, the downstairs one, the sinks, he can do it, which I was been trying to tell my contractor all along. Better to get him to do it. So, and then when my contractor comes back into February, all that remains is, some things. There's some light fixtures, there's some trim. I think the fridge and the stove. Now, I don't know if he's actually put in the plugs, whether I can just plug them in myself, or I have a feeling that he still has to get the plugs done. So I don't think the fridge will be. I'll find out all that tomorrow. But now a little later in the evening, and I've just been relaxing at home with the kids. Agita's there, and the babies are helping me put on the clean, warm, laundry sheets. Babies always help. So I am still planning on making the day trip tomorrow. Try to leave early, and I think I'm going to take babies with me. If I can get them into the carry cases easily, I'll probably take them. I've started getting things ready. I got some extra litter, and they tried to play with their sister again. They do that just every day after supper, and she's like snarling and hissing and just and I think they just want to, they're getting a little bored. So I'm going, look, let's have a trip to the house. There's going to be railing, and it'll give Agita a little alone time. Then when we come back, maybe she'll be nicer to her brothers. I don't know. I thought. Yes, this is why I think Agita needs a little bit. Have you been bugging your sister? I can see a little bit of somebody has pulled out some hair there. He really wants to sit on that thing, and she doesn't like it. And then she hits at him, and I think he hits back. There's like a little clump of hair there. Okay, I think we all need a bit of a. Boys and I are taking a boys' trip tomorrow, sweetie. You'll have some time to yourself, And if you don't want to play, just there's so much other space. You don't have to hit back and fight and stuff. And there are so many other places you can sit. You really want to sit on your sister's favorite spot? You know that she's going to get upset. Anyway, I guess this is like family dynamics. This is the kind of thing you'd have with human children, I suppose. It's a lot more fun with cat children, obviously, but I guess you get the same kind of thing with human children. Good morning, everybody. Look at this. Oh, baby, great. And he's keeping the maximum social distance from his sister. It was very nicely settled. We had a good night. I got up early, 4:30 in the morning. Went to bed at about 11. Lay in bed for a while. Got up at 4:30 in the morning. And when I got up, I gave the kids some treats, and then I let the babies play a bit, because if we're making the day trip today, I want them to get a bit of exercise. So I gave them some toys, and this one settled here, and these two played, they ran around, and I had another little nap, like another half an hour, and I get up, and look, one baby there, Agita there, and the other baby's there. It's in the living room. I was just checking under the bed, but it was in the living room. So we're having some family time. We're going to get up soon. I think I am going to make the trip with the kids, with the babies. They've had some exercise. Agita can have some nice alone time, and she's being very good. She's allowing her brother on the bed. Agita's here under the table. I think she's realized that there's not a major danger for her, that it's just the babies and I going on the trip today. There was a little bit of trouble getting them into the cases. I managed to get one in and left him on that bed while I went down to get the card. The other one went to hide. As soon as he saw me pick up one and put him in the case, he went to hide under that bed, which is very hard to get him out from there, from the headboard area. I had to remove the whole mattress and box spring thingy. Then I had to chase him. He ran out, and I chased him around. Knocked over a food ball, but there's enough food in the other bowl for Agita. Knocked over a food ball, ran around. He made a strategic mistake because I'd closed this door, and he was making a round this way. And I closed this door. So on the next round, he kind of got trapped. He came here and he saw this door was shut. And then he tried to come here, and I grabbed him. Now, the one that I had put in the cart on the bed, by the time I went down to get the cart and come back up, I didn't see him. I'm like, where's the cart? Where's the case? Where's the kid? He wriggled so much that the whole case fell over, and he was here. The zip didn't come out or anything. It's okay. I think it's soft in there, and it was the carpet. So I checked. Seemed to be okay. Everything seems to be functional, working. So I got them both finally. Look at that. I got them both into the cases, and I'm taking my jacket, and I packed everything. So I'm just going to put on my coat, and we're off on a road trip. But they didn't want to go. But once they're there, I think they will like it. It'll be an adventure. And I've packed food and treats and everything. So that's what's happening. Bye, friends. We're on our way, just waiting for the elevator down to the parking. Okay, I'm in the car driving, and the phone is in the holder, but I can't quite get the right hands-free angle. See the kids, but they're both in their cases. The tops are open. I don't know if you can see that. The tops are open. There, and there's one baby there. There's one baby there. But they don't come out. They're sitting very, very nicely. Can you believe that? Mist and fog here, but I think it was in Toronto too, but we're getting a bit more here after Hamilton towards and one of the babies climbed out of his case, out of that one, and he climbed into it's a bit of a tight fit, but he climbed into the case with his brother because the tops were open, not running around the car or anything, but it just wants to be, they're very bonded. There's just a bit of a tight fit in there, but what's with his brother fine, and I can pet them both in the same. Everybody, it ended up being a little bit longer, and there's, look at that. I just got to make sure that he gets space to breathe there. You have to right on top of your brother. You have to sit on him. There's space over here. But anyway, we're here in Chatham, Ontario, scenic Chatham, Ontario. And I was coming with the cash to leave to give my contractor to pay for the railing, and then my contractor had to leave, and I was like, I was rushing to get there by 12:30, and he goes, "No, I'm leaving now. There's a problem. They couldn't get the railing upstairs. Too heavy. So he has to get somebody else. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't been to the house." So then he wanted me to leave the cash in the house, And it's a fair amount of cash, and he was going to pick it up tomorrow and take it to the railing guy. And I didn't really want to owe the railing guy plus leaving. And you know what? My contractor is 1,000% trustable and sober and doesn't drink, doesn't anything. But the occasional help that he gets, assistance, assistant, they tend to be alcoholics, and I kind of know that scene because I had a couple of properties in Niagara right after I left teaching, and my contractor was a junkie, very, very skilled. And when he was on his substances, he would work quite quickly. He would have had this job done in 6 months. But there would be dealers knocking on his door to break his leg, and then I would have to pay the dealer and stuff like that. We had a lot of drama, which is why I sold those properties in Niagara. And this time I got the most sober, slow contractor possible. But when he does get an assistant, which is rarely, tends to be, and I've met the assistant I think that he's working with now, and he's a nice guy and I trust him, but he goes to bars and he drinks, and if all he needs, and I've had that happen in Niagara, he goes to a bar and drinks, and he goes, when he's drunk, he goes, I was working on this house and there's a large amount of money in the and he would know where it is because I would have told my contractor. So then I started getting a bit paranoid, and I'm going, look, I will pay the guy directly, and it's kind of on the way. So I paid the railing guy, gave me family operation, house and workshop are combined. So there was a big dog barking, and the kids were in the car with the zipper up and the doors locked and everything. So I just went and I paid the money, and stopped here at the gas station on the way. There's an Esso, and I went in to pay and use the washroom, and the guy goes, "Oh, free coffee! You fill up the gas." So I got a coffee, and then I'm there, and there's this Mr. Sub. So I said, okay, give me a tuna sub because, I'm going to have lunch there and, just hang out with the kids a bit. And I've got snacks for them. So we can just kind of, have a little picnic and, We're in the house. And I brought in all the stuff and the litter. I feel like, traveling with human babies. You got the diaper bags and you get this and you get that. I would imagine. Not that I ever have. Now, sweethearts, you can come out. Oops. This chair has got like 3 legs, and I don't know where the cushions are. But I removed the plastic, otherwise they would have been like coated in dust. Sweethearts, you've been here before when you were little babies. This is our house. We own it. We haven't been able to use it for many years, but it's our house. Come on out. Come explore. There are windows. You can see birds and things, I think. Squirrels. Come on. Okay, it's going to take a little, it's not like in the car. In the car, yes, you're not supposed to come out. But here, you're allowed to. I've brought all kinds of food and treats, so I'll set up the water and everything. And we've got a little box there. I brought food bowls, I brought food, I brought dry food, I brought wet food. So that will, once they start feeling a little bit more confident, they'll come out, Anyway, let's see how they adjust. That's why I want to do this a few times before the house is fully ready, so they start getting used to the trip and to the house. And this room first. I cannot let them out into the rest of the house because, the railing is not installed yet. Just to show you what it looks like. There's the railing, and they did extra, whatever those things are, rails. They did extra posty things because I said, I've got the cats and I don't want it that wide that they could get through. I don't think they could, and they wouldn't, So, but still, I got it semi-cat proof, and I don't think there's enough space underneath for them. They can run around and they can, look down from there, but they can't like this is wider, see? Those are narrower. But because we got so many posts, it became so heavy, my contractor and his assistant couldn't get it up. And you can't take it up the stairs, you have to push it up from here. And one person at the 2 people at the top, one person pushing from down, and there were only 2 people. And I said, I'm willing to help you, and he wasn't very impressed with that. And he said, no, I'll hire somebody. So I guess another alcoholic junkie that he's going to find. So his crew. So he's hopefully tomorrow or Saturday, So they'll get it up there, and then he just has to attach it to the wall and screw in the posts. They're all there. They just have to be screwed down. It's a nice thing. So anyway, let me deal with the kids and get them food and get them used to the room. Hopefully they'll come out of their thing. I'm all set up in this room. I've got food and water and litter box and litter and my own cola and coffee and submarine tuna. And this one doesn't want to come out yet. It's playing it safe. It's like going, it was safe in that all the way in the car, and it's like going, I'm playing safe. But, I've got Churro. We'll give it a little time. I think eventually we'll come out for a little exploration with Churro. The other one came out. The bolder one came out and hid behind there. And then I looked behind there and I couldn't find them. And I'm looking behind there. And they did this the last time when I brought them 3 years ago when they were little babies. And I had a heart attack almost. I had a panic attack. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? Did he get out? Did he get out? And then I found him behind that mattress right in the corner, and they were tiny then. So I missed him in the first, search. But this time, I could have found him. There's under here. It's there. See the furry? That's my kid. No, that's my kid. So, that's the other kid. So there's hiding, which is good. I mean, they're getting used to it. Okay, I discovered a whole bunch of mouse droppings or rat droppings or something underneath those ottomans. Not surprisingly. I mean, it's a country house and it's been, pretty much vacant for 6 years. So there is mouse droppings and they're both under there. And I'm like going, I don't think that's hygienic, kids. So I removed the ottomans and then they lost their hiding spot and I kind of brushed the droppings over to one side. I don't want to use a vacuum cleaner, obviously. The freaked out is enough. I'm not going to vacuum clean. But, so then they came here, and there's probably mouse droppings here too, but can't be helped, Looks a little cleaner than there. So they hid behind here. I put some churro, I put some food. They're just too, it's like new place, It's our place, sweetie. It's not a vet. It's our own house. So, have some churro, relax. We're gonna spend more and more time here, but gradually. That's why I'm doing this gradually. So let them just get used to this. Is a safe place. They can eat some churro eventually if they want. If not, they don't have to. And then we'll go back. And they're huddling. You can cuddle in that. Yes, start exploring a little bit, sweetie. Look, this churro. It's yum yum. Yes, he's sniffing it. Yeah. Good. Have some, sweetie. At least he knows that this is like, it's like a home thing, not a vet thing. The other one's like going, what are you doing? You're climbing over your brother. He's like going, I think I'm going to have some churro. What is it? Is it edible? Do I want some dry food? What is this? Where are we? You're in our home. We own this, sweetie. This is again. I've been pushing him for 6 years. But I've been pushing him to get ready so that you can, you can explore and you can watch birdies from the window, which I'm not going to do this time. I mean, that's going to take a while to get to that stage. But explore this room, and if you want some churro, fine. If not, that's fine. Next time or the time after. We're going to have to do this slowly. In the meanwhile, I was sitting here eating my sub. Oh, the mouth dropping is going to put me off it now. So forget the sub. But I'll have some cola. And then I got everything all set up, litter boxes, food, and all of that stuff. But at least they know that the litter boxes are here. They know the water is here. I spilled it. They know that there are treats available. They're still a little bit too, freaked out. Okay, I talked to my contractor, and I come back, and they're both still there. But you know something? Look, the churro got eaten. That's a good sign, isn't it? I'm going to put some more. I got a whole thing of churro there, so that's a good sign. It means that they know they're comfortable enough to like eating now churro. So that's a step in the right direction. It's going to take quite a while to get them used to this place, but it'll make trips. Now, more drama. I went out into the living room to talk to the contractor. And it turned out that, yes, his assistant was in the truck with him, and my contractor was talking on the speakerphone. I thought he was talking like on the regular phone, just on the phone without speaker, and the assistant heard me go, and I said, I trust the assistant, but I said, he drinks in bars and he drinks a lot. I said, I don't trust the people that he's talking to. And if they find out that there's a relatively large, amount of money in a country house, dark, but, no neighbors, so if they find out that there's easy money available, and I kind of know this world because there was my previous contractor in Niagara when I had the properties was a junkie and an alcoholic and a sex addict, various things. But like I said, my analyst said when I said how do these junkies find me? He goes, you find them, and I go, okay, that's fair enough. So anyway, but we got along. But at that time, I wasn't doing anything. That's the 2 years I had those properties, I sold them. That's the reason I sold those houses, which would be worth like more than double, actually triple what I sold them for now. But I sold them because I realized that pretty soon I would have started partying with them. And I was kind of vicariously, but I was, but the next step would have been to party with him. But I he had some very dodgy people that had stolen stuff, and he would say, oh, there's a laptop in the laptop got stolen. Now who took it? Whether it was my contractor, my junkie contractor, or and then he said somebody took it. I don't know, but that was like almost a daily drama llama. So that's why I was a little hesitant about leaving money in the house. And apparently the guy, the assistant, heard it, and then he said his only comment. He didn't really say much, but apparently he said to my contractor, he said, I drink alone, and I go, okay, fair enough. Even though I've seen him in the bar, I actually bought him a drink once, and he started talking to a former cop who had once arrested him. So I'm like, okay, just sat here for an hour and a half or so, and emailed a friend, texted a friend, and when I sit there, the churro is getting eaten. That's a very good sign, you know. So one was exploring, the bolder one. The other one has been hiding there. But at least they're getting used to it. And now, before it gets dark, I got to pack all this shit up. Well, I mean, just, you know, my stuff, their stuff, bags. You know, the water, I spilled it. They're too excited. They're too kind of, you know, disoriented for water and food. But they're eating churro, which is a very good sign. That's the first step. So I'm just going to pack everything up, get into the Pacifica, get them to the cases. It's easier to get them to cases when we're going because, you know, and then back to the car, and they love the car rides. I might just stop at the garage on the way. It's on the way, just check, make sure the cars are okay, but I won't start them or anything. So that's what we're doing. Packed up, everybody back in the car. I've opened up the tops. They can share if they like. It's a bit of a squeeze. But for now, they're separate. We're going home, sweethearts, home. We might just stop at the garage quickly. I'm not going to start the cars or anything. I'll just make sure that they're all there. And then we're going straight home to your sister. Okay? Love you both so much, you know. You're such good kids. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. People keep asking, do they travel okay? Traveling is amazing. I mean, once we get here, it's taking a little getting used to. I mean, you know, but they're acclimatizing, and they get back into the cases quite happily. Everybody got back a couple of minutes ago, and they jumped out as soon as I unzipped the thing. They were in one case. It was too difficult to try to get. We had a little rum on the way back because I did stop to get Harvey's, and I went in and got it, left them in the car for 3 minutes, went, got the food, and then I was eating while driving, and one of the babies climbed out of the case. The top was open, but they weren't coming out. And while I was eating, he came out and he went to the back of the SUV. So as soon as I finished eating, he was sitting very nicely. There was a spot there, but I didn't want him loose in the car. So I had to pull over and then crawl to the back and get him into his case, bring him to the front, and then he wanted to go into the case with his brother. So then we had to let him go into the case with the brother, and all of this on the side of the road with the, pulled right over, but it was okay. So I did all of that, and then they just stayed in one case until I came back. And they're very, very happy to be home. And then, so am I. They're very happy to be home. They jumped out of that thing, and then they're running around, and they're exploring. They're like going, oh, we're home, we're home, we're home. And that one was under the bed when we came in. She got used to having the place to herself, and then she's like, oh, my family's back. She would hide under the bed. And they would chase her and play with her because they're very, very happy to be home. It was an adventure. I mean, they behaved very well. I can't say. I mean, how many cats can sit so nicely in the car for extended periods without a word, not a complaint, not a hiss, not anything. They just like to cuddle if they can. Even though it's a bit of a tight squeeze, they like to cuddle. Morning, we had a good night. One of the babies was on the bed with me. The other baby came. I'm not sure if he's on the bed all night. Still kind of upset at me for the whole trip yesterday. And Agita is... I haven't heard a lot of hissing towards her brother, so maybe she did miss all of us yesterday. So, it's breakfast time. Baby's eating, Agita eating, and I'm going to, make a journal entry. I didn't make one at all yesterday. I was just so busy with the whole trip. It was quite a trip. It was quite an adventure. Feeling very tired today. There was a lot of driving with, and the whole adventure with the kids, with the babies, and Good morning, everybody. It's about noon, actually. We got up early. I gave them some treats and spent a little time with them. And I went back to bed. And then the babies went back to bed. And Agita's there. She was settled in the living room very nicely. So, had a good night. I just watched lots of streaming yesterday evening. Just relaxed with the kids after our big adventure the day before. So, and everybody's really happy just to be home and just our usual. Everybody did a little bit of writing, journal entries, and other stuff. A little bit, just kind of present updates. And we get one of the babies there, and we get one of the babies here, and we get kids always like running around there. And after I did my writing, I cooked another stir fry, a bit of frozen okra and turnips. Shaljam in Indian, and you fry the shaljam first, and then you put it in. So I'm just going to, feed the kids. So we got Agita there, one of the babies there, and the other baby there. I'm going to feed the kids, and then I'm going to have my own supper. Vegetarian, I might fry some shrimps on the side. We'll see, or put some shrimps in. We'll see how it goes. My vegetable stir-fry supper with some frozen shrimps. I kind of burnt a bit. They're blackened. Wasn't intentional, but it'll work. Anyway, that's my supper. Bye for now. Everybody came out for brunch. The first place I went to, brunch ends at 3. It was 10 to 3. They said no. And it was just down the road here. So I came here. They've got all day breakfast. But then they won't do smoked salmon, eggs Benedict. They'll do a smoked salmon with poached eggs. I'm not sure what the difference is, but in the end I got the vegetarian Benedict. And it's good. The food is good, but you have to line up there, and then when you do get to talk to a person, they're not very helpful, and you have to go help yourself to the coffee and stuff. But it's okay. The food is good. I mean, it's not a waste. And from here, shopping. And last night I had a couple of drains, and actually one drain combined 2 locations that are kind of horrific for me. One is teaching, and one is the house I grew up in. And it was like teaching, but in a university campus on the grounds of the house where I grew up. It's like 2 bad dreams combined. So there was a bit of pull today, and it's also 11 weeks, so there was a bit of pull, but I need it. Now routine. I'm going to go shopping. Drug Mart and PetSmart and all that stuff. Anyway, and then back home and then edit and post. Bye for now. So far so good. 11 weeks. Here at PetSmart, and I parked right next to a much newer Mini than mine. You can tell it's newer only because the grill is slightly different, but the basic shape is the same. I think this was an automatic. Maybe they'll mate. I'll have like a little smart car or something. Anyway, gotta go shopping. Bye for now. Here at the PetSmart. Very loud animals, those dog things. Hello everybody, I got back an hour or 2 hours ago, and I've just been relaxing with the kids. We've got Agita there, and we've got one of the babies there. It's pretty weird all over the place. We've got one of the babies there, and we've got the other baby nicely settled here. Okay, I've just been relaxing at home with the kids, but I did hear back from the contractor, and he has installed the railing upstairs. Apparently, the plumbers came on Friday morning to see what needed to be done, and my contractor met them, and the plumbers helped my contractor and his assistant take the railing up, and my contractor has installed it. He screwed it in. Everything is done with the railing, and the plumbers know what needs to be done. But my contractor is going away on vacation for a month. They're going to contact me, and hopefully, and I think he's given them a spare key, and hopefully they're going to start towards the end of this week. So if they have any questions or directions, and I'm going to try to meet them when they're there, just to show them. I want them to do everything plumbing related, not just the upstairs shower, tub and shower. So all that will remain for my contractor when he comes back after a month is trim stuff. 3 or 4 remaining light fixtures, and some trim, and hooking up the fridge, stuff like that. And then the house is done. Just arranging furniture and unpacking some boxes and getting it thoroughly cleaned. So it's unbelievable. The 6 years were almost there. So I will probably go and meet the plumber sometime, end of next week or the week after. And I want to see the railing anyway. But on this trip, I don't think I'll take the boys. I'm not going to take the kids now again until the house is completely ready, cleaned up, furniture in place, and we can just go and stay for 3-4 days at a time, not just like 2 hours, in one room thing. Then they can explore the house, find hiding spots, and then gradually come out of hiding and play and look out the windows and do all of that. But we'll have to stay there a few days at a time. So that's at least that's the plan. So and that was really the main event of the week. Was the day trip with the boys, which was, I really enjoyed it. And I think the boys did too. They particularly liked the driving part. They really enjoy being in their case in the car. Now, we're at the house. They kind of hid, and only in that one room. And but at least they know that that we go there and then we come back, and they were really happy once we got back and they're exploring and they're trying to play with their sister and getting hissed out again, and so everything's back to normal. So on the whole, I mean, it's now 11 weeks, and on the whole, I suppose a fairly good week. There were pulls, not that there weren't. There were pulls. A little bit strong at times, but the trip was a very big distraction, and that really helped. And there was the going out to eat and the usual stuff, kids, of course, contact with friends, the usual stuff, and then the big adventure. With the kids, with the babies, with the boys out to the house, and seeing the railing, but not seeing the railing actually installed. And it's going to look very nice once it's up there. It is already up there. I just haven't seen it, but it's going to look very nice up there. And then once the dining table is in place downstairs and the light fixture above the dining table is installed, and the house is cleaned up a bit and all the remaining trim is done, it's going to look very nice. And then I decide I'm going to spend some time there with the kids and decide if I want to keep it as an occasional use summer place, or if I want to sell it and find something else in Chatham itself, a more family-oriented house, But we'll see how that goes. So that's what's been happening, And yeah, there was a little bit of pull. I think earlier in the week, like the Monday, there was pull. And then I think yesterday there was a bit, And the house thing, yes, it's getting done, but it's still with my contractor. There is, even with the railing, there is drama. There's all kinds of, minor drama, but still. But it's moving, and that's the main thing. So, I'm going to now edit and post. Made 11 weeks and just going week by week, And this week the plan is, I'm hoping to get my spare glasses and my sunglasses, and I may make a trip later in the week. Just by myself to meet the plumber, see the railing, if they're going to be there at the end of the week. If not, I'll make the trip next week, the following week. So that's what's happening, So from the four of us. So from Agita there, one of the babies there, and the other baby is feeling a bit camera shy and is there under the red, But there he is, So from the four of us, bye for now, and see you all next podcast. So from my three kids and myself, the nuttiest, craziest, most fucked up professor to ever walk the face of the earth and all that shit, from the four of us, bye for now, see you next podcast. Everybody, a little bit of bonus footage, because this baby was hiding under the bed and now has come out to run around, and then the other baby is there, and Agita is there. And I think the baby who hid under the bed was doing so because he's learned that on Sundays, after I tape my synopsis of the week sitting here on the sofa, I then very quickly vacuum. So it's a conditioned stimulus. It's the kind of example I'd use when I was lecturing with my cats, going to the cats I had at the time, many years ago, going to hide under the bed when they saw me wipe the coffee table. Conditioned stimulus, unconditioned. That was actually a question on the test. Anyway, thank bast, I don't have to give tests anymore. I have, still have nightmares about teaching, so, as I said earlier. So, but, a little bonus footage. Once again, bye for now, from the four of us, from the three kids and myself. Bye for now. See you next podcast.